talk about this guy, Basement Dweller, real quick. I mean, this is real faggoty stuff. I mean, I almost don't even want to waste time even talking about it because it's just gigantic nothing burger. But, it's and why not? That's the essence of these streams that I do called and why not? Because, hey, why not? So let me see. I'll start off by going backwards. So we'll start off by showing you the latest image against me that he posted, which was he took an AI generated image of me as a troll. Let's see if I can show this to you. Okay. All right. Okay, man, that's okay. So this is the image that Basement Dweller posted of me the other day. And look at it, he's so pretty. And ain't I so pretty? You better not pop the balloon on this one. You better not. But anyway. Faith was like saying, hey, what did he do this time to tick you off? I'm not, let me just say this too before we move on. I don't want people to believe that I'm pissed off or angry at Basement Dweller or any of these other trolls. Okay, I mean, because like I say all the time, Matt, especially on my days off, you don't want to try to troll a troll. You don't do that. Don't troll a troll, especially on their day off. Okay? So I'm a troll myself. Okay, and I have different ways and different methods of trolling people. And the evidence is what you're seeing on the screen right here. This AI generated image that Basement Dweller took the time to create with obviously an old image of me, but he made me into this nasty looking troll. Man, that's somebody hook me up with some cream or something, man. And he says, do not feed the troll. Okay, well, yeah. We can all agree that you shouldn't feed trolls, right? Otherwise, the trolls will just keep coming back and messing with you, right? And keep bothering you, keep doing things to antagonize you, to get you upset or to get you to, respond, right? I'm a troll myself. But it's funny that it's coming from this guy who never reveals his face. He never gets on the microphone. Nobody knows what he believes. This guy, Basement Dweller. And you got some people in this community who try to defend Basement Dweller by saying, well, he doesn't splice videos. All he does is, he plays the video raw, uncut, and just, lets you say what you said in your videos. And granted, some of the things that he shows in the video are, they're exactly that. They're uncut. However, there are some other cases too where he'll take videos and while he might not edit them at all in a particular manner, he'll still interject his own thoughts in between cuts. And that could by itself contribute to misconstruing what the person said in the video that he is allegedly reviewing. I'm a troll myself. And we're going to look at that. Because what he did in his latest video about me is exactly what other people who have discussions with me and have an issue with me regarding this one-time suggestion that I gave to one person, Fro, has done. So, but anyway, let's just look at this. Look at the posting here. So, what did I say? I said. I said, oh, word, I've been doing some digging, just saying, come on, keep it coming, don't make it personal, just saying. Yeah, that's the other thing, too, when it comes to back and forth trolling, I personally don't have a problem with the trolling. That's fine, like I said, I have a thick skin, and I like to, I like to have a good time. I don't have an issue with people, making fun of me and stuff. I just ask that, me personally, this is just me, I'm not saying I think everybody should follow this example that I'm about to say right now, but I'm just saying, you're a grown man, you're a grown woman, you can do what you want to do. But here are my limits. Here are the lines that I won't cross when it comes to trolling or, messing with people on the internet. You don't touch family. You don't touch their medical background, the medical issues, especially if they're real serious, and you don't dox. Okay. So those are my, 3 things. If there's a fourth I can't think of right now, I'm sure I'll think of it later on. But those are the limits. We keep family out of this. Okay. And so, if you're going to post pictures of me, making me look ridiculous, look stupid, or you want to, make a meme, an AI generated image of me doing something stupid, which they already exist out there, compliments to BD and other people. That's fine. That's fine. But all I ask is that, you keep the family issue, you keep the family out, keep the medical stuff out. Even though I don't have any medical issues now, but I'm just saying, let's try not to get too personal. But I will put out this public warning, though. I will say this because I know Basement Dweller and the other Smoky sycophants are listening, or they will be listening. If they're not listening live right now, they will be listening later on. This is a warning. I don't know how to say this, but I can get petty. Let me just put it that way. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to say it anymore. I can get petty. Okay? And I will ask my brothers and sisters in Christ who I do consult to because I trust them to be actual real believers of Jesus Christ. I'm going to ask you guys to pray for me that I remain humble, and that I do, if one of these guys, one of my ops do go over the line and do get really personal, like, talking about family or whatever, thankfully none of these guys have gone that far. But, I'm just saying, if they do, and hopefully they never will, but if they do, I ask my brothers and sisters in Christ to help me to stay calm and to not go down the road of futility and pettiness, because I can, especially on my day off. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys just use your imagination of what I'm talking about. But other than that, like I said, bring it on, man. I'm a troll myself. You got something you want to make fun of me? Go ahead, bring it on. So all that to say, to respond to what Faithful to God said earlier, I'm not ticked off. I'm not angry. I'm not flipping furniture. There's nothing that these guys can do that's going to cause me to destroy my microphone and knock over my monitor, drop kick my daughter on her forehead. None of that. None of that's ever going to happen. Okay. None of that's going to happen. You notice me, people who know me, they know that whenever I have ops with someone, okay, if I'm at odds with someone, I never go beyond boundaries. I never go beyond the YouTube boundaries. I never talk about their family. I never talk about their health. And as a matter of fact, I even rebuke other believers, other brothers and sisters who have brought up issues about health. For example, ask G-Man. G-Man was at odds with this other person who couldn't have children. And, he was arguing with her, getting mad with her. Then he blurted that out. And then I rebuked him in front of everybody. I said, hey, dude, you don't need to go that route, man. Because some women take that very, very seriously. And it is a medical issue, so to speak. So you don't need, and that's just personal, man. That's just a low blow. You're talking to somebody who you'll probably never meet in person. So you don't need to go that route, bro. Seriously. And so I did get G-Man to repent, and to I think he did apologize later. I think later that stream or that week. I can't remember. But I told him, bro, you can't do that, man. That's just, listen, man. People, these arguments usually start off with a theological difference. That's usually how they start off. Okay. And then for some reason, people start getting in their flesh. They start getting in their feelings. And next thing you know, people sending pizza to your house, or people got pictures of you when you were like in your teens, or people got pictures of your house, people, all kinds of things, whatever. And, it doesn't need to go that route. But see, here's the reason. The reason why people do this stuff is because humans are retarded. Humans are retarded. That's why humans do that. And so, I think it's common sense. You're on YouTube. I mean, it's, I'm going to say, I know it's common sense to you guys, but I'll say it anyway. It's common sense. You don't divulge your too much personal information on the internet. Okay, folks, that's just common sense. Okay. Especially nowadays with people be able to, archive this stuff, and then they can, look back 10 years and say, hey, remember when you did this? Remember when you said that? You say, you totally forgot about that, didn't you? That kind of stuff. Stuff can resurface and be used against you and stuff like that. That's one thing if you are having a particular position and you now change your position, you no longer believe that. Okay, and if somebody points out to you that this is something that you used to believe, don't lie about it and say that you never believed that, or that was never your position when there's actual evidence of it. Okay. Just be a man about it. Just admit, yeah, I don't believe that anymore. Or if it was something that you said, you don't remember saying it, and then years later somebody else reminds you, or they show you a video of you saying it, and you say, and they show, hey, remember when you said this? Don't deny it, because they can hear you. They can hear you. Just man up and say, oh, you know what? My bad. I did say that, But there's a difference between whether or not you actually said something versus, what did you actually mean when you said the thing, and that's kind of like what we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. But because I think this situation with, these guys attacking me for my so-called endorsement of the pod team, the Praise I Am team, because I think it's so faggoty and gay and stupid and trivial and futile. I'm gonna just briefly touch on it just a little bit, because I think it's really stupid. I don't really care about the situation at all. So, but you're definitely going to see some examples of gaslighting on the part of my ops here. So let's go back to this brief thread here. Let's see. I guess this is kind of like, so my first response to this ugly meme here was, this is so sophomoric of you, but here's probably the best advice that you should have put in this meme. The best way not to feed the trolls is to avoid them and to stop addressing them. I mean, it ain't rocket science, bro. I said, but at least you got my good side. Right, so I say this stuff in response to some of the attacks, and it's funny that because some of these people think that this is me getting angry, I don't. Does this look like I'm getting angry? I don't know. One guy accused me of being butthurt, and I'm just like, okay. If maybe I don't understand what the definition of butthurt is, but I don't know. It sounds like projection to me. Excuse me for a minute. Just drink some water. I think this is what it is. All right, here it is. So here's me trolling again. Why do I say I'm trolling? Because Basement Dweller put out this meme against the Free Gracers. Not me. He didn't tag me or anything. He was leaving me alone. He didn't bother me. It was I decided to take the initiative to troll Basement Dweller. Okay? I did that. I'm not denying it. I did that. This meme that he put out was towards the Praise the I Am team, the pod team. It wasn't towards me. And so, for those of you not looking on the screen, there's an image of, and obviously an AI generated image of supposed to be the devil. You know, the stereotypical image of the devil. You know, ugly looking dude with horns, pitchfork, tail, wings. standing in the middle of, lake of lava. And then there's a sign that's up front that says hell with a piece of paper or of a torn sheet that says free grace hanging over the sign that says hell. So it's pretty clever. And then I actually was the first to respond to this meme of his. And I said, hey, is this an endorsement of antinomianism on your part? If not, what do you believe? Now, obviously, when I say this, I'm not accusing him of endorsing it. I'm just asking a question. But I'm baiting him. I'm trolling him. Okay? And he knows I'm trolling him. At least I hope he thinks it. I hope he thinks that. But anyway, and Basement BD responds by saying, I believe your comprehension skills didn't develop past the age of 8. I respond by saying, well, if that's the case, then you should be able to answer the question as if you're speaking to an 8-year-old. Or is it that you first need permission to get your balls back from Smokey? Oh. And then he responds by saying, okay, go ask your dad. I said, he's not crossing the boundary, but that's, I don't know. Sound like somebody might be doing some digging. We'll see. And then I say, my dad's not a free gracer. He's not a Smokey sycophant either. And BD says, great, so go ask your dad, little boy. Now he's calling me little boy. I hope you're black. Nah, just kidding. I don't care if you call me boy or not. I don't. And then I say, again, my dad's not a free gracer, and neither is he a Smokey sycophant like you. You're grown. Surely you can answer the questions for yourself. And yes, I called you Shirley. Okay. Then BD responds. He says, again, in the case, your dad is the perfect person to ask. Surely you can't be this slow. And then I respond, so how are you this daft? Again, I'm asking you if this post of yours is an endorsement of free grace on your part. Are you refusing to answer because you don't know if you have permission from your master Smokey yet? Garrow Lady says, Vekl, surely, she, in quotes, and this level of trolling is yawn-inducing. Time for some morning coffee to wake this adult corgi up. Yeah, well, like I said, you're entitled to your own opinion. The problem is, I'm responding to what he's done to me. He didn't tag me or anything. He was leaving me alone. He didn't bother me. It was I decided to take the initiative to troll Basement Dweller. So, everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. Smokey then says, you spent the whole chain proving how dense you are. Outstanding. Yeah, I'm sure BD is promoting free grace as he paints its final destination as actual hell. You're getting dumber by the day, Vekl. I said, so this is you giving BD permission to answer a simple question, or are you just too dishonest and daft to figure out that he has no ability to answer for himself regarding his own beliefs? And so he stops responding there.